Welcome to Driveway Garage. Today I'm going to do a quick walk around on a 2009 Chevy Malibu with a 3.6 liter V. Yeah, 3.6 liter V6. Anyway, some looky Lou is slowing down and looking at me. Anyway, back to the video. I just bought the car 3 days ago. I'm going to do some regular maintenance to it, change the oil, spark plugs, check the brakes, things like that. I just thought I'd do a quick walk around, and then I'm going to make videos of everything I do on it in case somebody else needs to do some stuff. So here it is. So here's the car. And this engine, it's a 3.6 liter. I guess Chevy General Motors puts it in a lot of vehicles. I've heard it's in some pickups. I saw a Cadillac Escalade for sale the other day that had the same motor. The Impala has the same motor. So this one's in pretty good shape, body-wise, interior-wise. It's really dirty. I was going to go to the car wash, but it was really packed, so I decided to wait. It's got nice alloy rims on it. They look good. This one's got really nice tires on it. They look pretty new. It has fog lights, nice headlights, nice grille. Of course, everybody has their own taste in vehicles, but I don't mind it. Now what I do is buy vehicles, fix things that are wrong on them, and sell them, so I'm not planning on keeping it. We'll continue walking around it. Of course, it's a 4-door. You can see something happened there because the bumpers popped out just a hair, and there's a little crease on the back of it right there. So somebody's backed into something and popped the bumper out a little bit, but other than that, the car's in really good shape. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's a tail light reflector there. What do they call that? Marker light? It's busted, which I'm sure is an easy fix. Gas tank is on this side, and there's no release inside. You just push on it, pops it open. Now this one, right after I bought it, it's about an hour from where I live. Then I drove home in my vehicle, caught a bus for free. Around here where I live in Wenatchee, Washington, the buses are free right now. So I took an hour ride up in the bus, which is almost the same time it takes to drive. Picked it up, stopped to get gas because it was almost empty. There's no key for the locking gas cap. I thought, oh, this is great. So I messaged the lady who's Spanish, Mexican, I think, and she didn't speak English, so I sent her a message through my translator, told her I need to put gas in, there's no key. But what I did is I just started pushing on it and turning it, and voila, it popped off. So I messaged her back and said, never mind, I don't need it. So that was kind of nice. Now, we'll go up here, pop the hood. Now the hood is under the dash on the left side. There's a lever right there. Just pull that towards you. It also has a release right here on the door. Push that for the trunk. Now in the center of the hood, under the hood, there's a lever that goes, you push it to the right, and then the hood pops open. Now one of the things I'm going to do on this, they only put one hood strut on it, and it's common problem for them to get weak and not hold the hood up, which is the same problem with this one. So if I let go, it'll just slam shut. So I have that on order. I took out one of the spark plugs and looked at it, and it had about a 70 millimeter, whatever, 70 thousandths gap. It's supposed to have about 40. I think they're probably original plugs. It has 135,000 miles on it. So I'm going to clean up under the engine bay. I checked the transmission fluid. It looks good. The engine oil only has less than 1,000 miles on it, maybe 500, but it looks kind of dirty, so I'm going to change that, and the filter. On these engines, it's a 3.6 liter, like I said. The weakest point in these things is the oil. So if you don't keep your oil changed every 3,000 to 5,000 miles, your engine won't last. So if you have one of these, make sure you change the oil. And for the amount it costs, especially for me, I do it myself. If you do it every 3,000 miles, it's going to be a lot better. Now I'm looking at those shock absorber bolts, and they're clean, so somebody's put brand new shocks on this, I'm guessing, so that's a good thing. There's 3 spark plugs in the front, as you can see. The 3 in the back are a real burger to get to without taking the intake manifold off, which I'm going to try not to do. I watched a video on it, and it can be done. It's just kind of a pain. It reminds me of the Buick 3.8 liter. Those back ones were tough. The battery's over here on the right. Fuse box is right beside that. Your brakes, power brakes. I think that's power steering back over there. Nope. Power steering's over there. Maybe that's engine coolant. That's the engine coolant overflow. Okay. And I guess there's no radiator in the front. There's your windshield wiper fluid fill up. Pretty basic, nothing fancy. I'm going to go ahead and shut this. I'll show you something back here. There's an engine cover on there, and you have to kind of be careful with it. Oops. This part is on the front of the motor, and then this part sits behind the motor, and it has these little pads that are supposed to be glued in there for insulation. I suppose to protect it from heat, however it goes. I guess it would go like that, but it just fell off. Now this grommet is what holds this piece on. This seems like maybe it's rubber or silicone. But anyway, there's a little pole that goes in here, and that's what holds that on. And it wanted to come off really difficult. So what I did is I got a pry bar, and this is turned over the other way, and I got under here and pried up on it, popped it off, because I did not want to try to pull this up and pull it right through the center of the top there and break it. So if you're taking one of these off, just be careful of that so you don't ruin anything. What else can I show you on this car? Oh, the trunk and the interior. I guess I haven't even gone into that. Let's go to the trunk first. It's pretty simple. You know, in old cars, you didn't have this kind of access. A lot of times this back lid was down lower, but on the newer cars, normally the hood or the trunk lid pops clear up out of the way, because the way it's designed with the hinges and the struts gives you easy access for getting things in and out of the trunk. Now, the first thing I'm going to do with this is clean it. I'm going to get my vacuum out and vacuum everything really good, because everything, front floor mats in the back are pretty dirty. It's got cargo nets on the sides, both sides. And underneath this carpet, there's another mat, and that's where your spare tire is. Let's see if I can get that pulled up there. Spare tire. Now on this car, it has a service tire monitor light on. And there's no remotes, there was just a key. So I can't reset it. I'll get into that in a minute. There's your door with your power windows. Your power mirrors are up there by the driver's side mirror. Cup holder, little storage, trunk release. It does have electric seats. Here's your controls for forward and backwards, up and down. The back of the seat is that little lever there. Has heated seats. You got position 1 and 2, and then back here is off. So I guess it's 1, 2, off. Let me hop in here. I'm a little slow today. My lower back has been hurting for 3 days, so that's why I'm hesitant to change the spark plugs today. So this is the steering wheel controls. Over here is your cruise control. You push this button to turn it on. This one to go to resume. This one to set it. This is your info button for information on the dash. Right now, there's a service engine light on. Let me see if I can shut this door. I'm having trouble moving because of my lower back. Hang on a second. Sorry about that. Oh, it has 159,000 miles. Maybe it's my Hyundai Santa Fe that has a 135. I forget. I like the position of the key. It's on the dash to the right. You don't have to try to reach in behind here where you can't see to hit it. Now, some of the newer ones have a push button. This one, you put the key in, of course, start it up. It starts right up, but as soon as it starts up, the service tire monitor light comes on and it won't go away. And there's a way to reset it, but you have to have a key fob. This one came with a key and no key fobs, so I ordered the key fobs from Amazon, and I'll program them when they get here. And then I can reset that light. Otherwise, I could show you the different things that you can see with the info button, which I don't even know about because I haven't been able to try it. It's got a little storage up here, so if you wanted to throw your cell phone or box of Kleenexes, whatever, you can store them up there. This one has AM FM radio with the CD player and XM radio. Here's your fan controls, where you want the air to come out controls, emergency flashers. You can shut your traction control off. There's some more storage down behind the gear shift there. Looks like I scored something there. I don't know what it is. Here's your gear shift. And this is the indicator lights, tell you what gear you're in. It does have two cup holders down here. And then you have a 2-stage storage compartment. Another place you could put your cell phone. And then there's another lever, you pull it, and then you have deeper storage down in there. I really like the interior of this car. It's kind of a brown and black, almost like a rust color. It looks really sharp. It's leather. It's in really good shape. It just makes the car look kind of classy inside. Now on the right side of the steering wheel is your volume controls for the radio, so you can increase and decrease it. Now these buttons are kind of weird. There's a positive and a positive. And I'm assuming that has to do with manual gear shifts, because you can pull this gear shift all the way down to the bottom, shift it manually. Let's see what that does. Yeah, because of the service tire light, you can't see anything. You can't tell if it's what gear it's in or whatever. But I watched a guy driving one of these, and he just kept hitting these buttons to shift it. But normally there's a positive and a negative, so you can upshift and downshift. This one has two positives, so I haven't figured that out yet. Maybe somebody else knows, they can comment. I've also noticed in this car, there's some kind of sticky stuff going around the dash here, over here, and over here on the door handle. It's almost like they had something glued to it. I don't know what it would have been. So I'm going to get some goof off or something, and I'll get all that stuff off there. Now this car actually comes with a sunroof also. 3 buttons for garage doors, security gates, whatever. Let's see. One way or another, we can open the sunroof. There it goes. I guess you just hold it and it goes back. And then when you want to shut it, you just push the front of the button. Shuts and closes. If you want the light, you can leave this open. I don't care for it because it glares off my glasses, so I always leave them shut. Of course, you got your mirrors with your vanity, sun visors with the vanity mirrors. These are pretty good size. They block most of the window, but they also slide, so you can block the rest of it if the sun's coming in toward the back. I always like that feature. And what else can I tell you? I think that about covers the inside. Seems like there's adequate room in the back. I haven't been back there. I'm 6'1". There is a charging port right there, like you would use for a cigarette lighter. It does have the hole here for plugging your phone in, I guess, to the radio. And I imagine you could probably upgrade this to a better radio and have a backup camera and maybe navigation. I'm not sure about the navigation because I think extra stuff has to be added there. And then you've got your glove box over there, which I can't reach because of my back, and you probably can't hardly see it, but it's there. And normally on some of these cars, not normally, but some years of this car, there's a cabin air filter, and it goes right in behind the glove box. You drop the glove box down, take the cover off, change the filter. This one, I went to the trouble of trying that, and there is no filter. I found out in 2009 they didn't have a cabin air filter, so can't do it. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to get this in my garage and break out my vacuum cleaner and start vacuuming it. And then if my back holds up, I'm going to start replacing the spark plugs. Because like I said, these things look like they're original. They have almost twice as much gap as they're supposed to. I drove it for 45 minutes from where I bought it to home, and it ran great. It's really smooth, accelerates fine. It's a 6-cylinder. But it won't hurt to put new spark plugs in it, because if they're original and the gap is twice as much as it's supposed to be, it'll run better with new spark plugs. Now if you look at the mileage when it comes on, 159 something, and this one says it's supposed to get a oil change at 161, so that's about 2,000. So I guess it depends on, well, they changed it December 30th, so that's a month and a half ago. I imagine they've only put about 1,000 miles or so on it since it was changed, but it was kind of black, so I'm going to change it. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Oh, something over here, that's the adjuster for your dash lights, the little knob on the left, and the one on the right, that's your fog lights. And if this is like most cars, your fog lights don't work when your bright lights are on. You can turn them on, and when you dim your lights, they'll come on, but when you have your lights on bright, it shuts the fog lights off. But normally, you won't drive with your bright lights on in fog because it really makes a bad glare you can't see down the road. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to make some videos on different stuff on here, so stay tuned. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. I have almost 300 subscribers now, which is kind of cool. I've been doing this for a couple of years, and I don't make a ton of videos. Right now I have about as many videos as I have subscribers. But whenever I get a car like this, I try to make videos to show people how to do different stuff. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.